Hello and welcome to AIVoyage. In this video, we'll be talking about one of the most important skills in learning and studying. These are memorizing techniques. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone who wants to improve their memory, this video will help you learn the best ways to memorize information and retain it for the long term. What is memory and how does it work? Memory is the process by which information is encoded, stored, and retrieved in the brain. It's how we remember things we've learned, events we've experienced, and people we've met. Our memory is made up of three stages: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Encoding is when information is processed and transformed into a form that can be stored in our brain. Storage is when information is stored in our brain, and retrieval is when we retrieve information from our memory. But sometimes, our memory can fail us, and that's where memorizing techniques come in. How can we trick our memory? Our memory can be tricked and trained to remember things better. One of the ways is to use repetition, which helps our brain encode and store information. Another way is to use association, which connects new information to something we already know. We can also use visualization, which creates a mental image of the information we're trying to remember. And lastly, we can use mnemonics, which are memory aids that help us remember information more easily. Here are 9 best techniques for memorization. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and stay informed. The Memory Palace technique, also known as the method of loci. This involves visualizing a familiar place and placing information in specific locations, is especially helpful for recalling long lists or sequences. The Feynman Technique, which involves explaining a concept as if you're teaching it to someone else. It is great for reinforcing your understanding of a topic and identifying any gaps in your knowledge. The spaced repetition technique, which involves reviewing information at specific intervals to strengthen memory retention. This is particularly effective for learning new vocabulary words and language grammar rules. The chunking technique, which involves breaking down large amounts of information into smaller, more manageable chunks. This is a useful strategy for studying complex subjects or preparing for exams. The PEG system, which involves associating items with numbers or images that are easy to remember. It can be especially helpful for remembering lists or sequences of information, such as phone numbers or appointments. The Acronym technique, which involves creating a word or phrase using the first letter of each word you want to remember. For example, the word cats can help you remember landmarks in the United Kingdom, such as Clifton Suspension Bridge, Angel of the North, Tower Bridge, and Stonehenge. The narrative technique, which involves creating a story that incorporates the information you want to remember. This can help make the information more engaging and easier to remember. The mind mapping technique, which involves creating a visual map that connects ideas and information in a logical and meaningful way. This can be particularly helpful for remembering information that has a lot of interrelated parts. The keyword technique, which is particularly helpful for learning new vocabulary words in a foreign language. It involves associating a familiar word in your native language with the new word you want to learn. Remember, the key to successful memorization is to find the technique or combination of techniques that works best for you. Experiment with different methods until you find what works, and then make a habit of practicing regularly to keep your memory sharp. Thank you for watching AIVoyage. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Until next time, happy memorizing.